house filled with just too much stuff? Or does a minimalistic lifestyle actually intrigue you? I put our Great Day Washington team to the test with podcaster and host of Netflix's documentaries Minimalism and also Less Is Now. Here's Joshua Fields Millburn.
I realized I was so focused on so-called success and achievement and the accumulation of stuff. In our culture, that's how you know you're successful, is if you have enough things. We never stop to consider what enough actually is. And minimalism was a way for me to find enough by subtracting, not by adding more stuff.
And you did it gradually, right? And I know your partner, you added two different approaches to adapting this lifestyle.
Yeah, it's over the course of about 8 months, I got rid of about 90% of my material possessions. What I realized is everything I own can fit in one of three categories. It's either essential, it's non-essential, or it's junk. Now, we all have the same essentials. We all need clothes and food and shelter and education, transportation, etc. But we need different non-essentials. Those are the things that add value to our lives. So strictly speaking, I could live without a coffee table or a dining room table, but those things add value to my life and my wife's life and my daughter's life. And so I'm not a deprivationist. It's not about living without. It's about living with what is appropriate for me and my life, my family's life. And I think that differs for each person. Unfortunately, most of the things we own fit into that third category, that junk category.
I asked some of our producers and my co-hosts to submit photos of like our closets. Okay, do you see that?
Oh, yes.
Wait, what's that reaction?
I do not judge. I only identify. We own a lot of things in the Western world, and many of those things, it would be great if they brought us more joy and happiness and contentment and peace and tranquility. But you and I both know that this is not a picture of tranquility. This is a picture of chaos. And chaos often leads us to these other emotions like anxiety and stress and overwhelm. And sometimes we just throw up our hands and say, I don't even know how to deal with something like this. I'm not getting value from it. In fact, maybe I'm getting value from a few of these things that are in this closet. But the problem is, I might actually be covering up the things that could add value to my life.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to advance to the next one. Let's see if it will. Do you see that one? This is our first closet.
Here's what I'll say about this closet. It's actually very organized.
Isn't it? Yeah, I'm impressed.
Well, I'm depressed by it. And let me explain to you why. Organizing is just well-planned hoarding. That's all that is. Here's what we do. We go to the Container Store and we buy all these clutter coffins, and then we turn our homes into mausoleums of unused stuff. In fact, if you took one of those bins and hid it from that person for a month or a few months, especially one of those bottom bins there that hasn't been opened in a few years, they certainly wouldn't miss it. In fact, they might feel a little bit lighter if you got that out of their lives.
Okay, good tips. Good tips. Okay, we have two more. I like that one. This is my co-host, her cabinet in her kitchen.
This is another example of just in case or just for when. There are some items that we hold on to just for when we might need them. Now, usually those are consumables. Like, I don't buy my toilet paper one square at a time. I buy a whole pack of toilet paper just for when I might need it. Unfortunately, many of those kitchen utensils, they actually fall into this other category. It's not a just in case item. It's not even a just for when item. I would look at something called the seasonality rule. Here's how that works. And you could look at a kitchen cabinet like this and say, okay, have I used this thing in the last 90 days? And if not, am I going to use it in the next 90 days? Be honest with yourself. And if the answer is no to both of those, then give yourself permission to let it go.
Yeah. Oh, I like it. Okay, one more.
Oh, so many towels. We have beach towels. We have dish towels. We have bath towels and bath mats. And it looks like someone is running a hotel out of this closet here. and here's the thing, that having 5 pairs of sheets isn't a problem.
Okay.
The real problem is it's a symptom, because if that was the only thing, then okay, fine. Like if that's one person's preference, but what we see here is an abundance of things that are likely never used or very, very rarely used.
All right, Joshua also has a partner in this. His name is Ryan, and they have a new book out. This new book is called Love People, Use Things, because the opposite never works. You got to check it out, especially if you're going to do some spring cleaning.